When working in After Effects, there are certain settings you can change depending on your needs, and these pertain to the project file itself. In the previous video, we looked at software settings that we could change, and that of course affects the entire piece of software, so that After Effects will work differently as a whole. So if you're looking to gain access to the project preferences, you'll first need to have a project open, and you can always go to the work files and open up the Lesson 2 project file. So once you have done that, we'll go up to File, and then go all the way down to Project Settings. Now in your project settings, right here, you can see we don't have a whole lot of options, at least compared to the software settings. That was pretty extensive. So here you can change the time display for your project, whether you're using timecode or frames. If you're using the timecode, you can set your footage start time, so use media source, so depending on what videos you're bringing in. Or if you want, you can set it to just 0. That way you have everything at default if you want it to be that way. You can also use frames if you wish, and from here you can adjust then, use feet plus frames for 35mm or 16mm, and you can do a frame count timecode conversion and some other things here as well. In all honesty, since you're starting off, I would leave this at default as timecode, but you can change it in here if you need to. For your color settings, you can set the depth. You can also set the working space. This will allow you to set a color profile for After Effects. So let's say you need to work with a certain profile because a client wants it to be as such, or you're just trying to emulate a certain color theme. You can definitely pick one of these profiles or load more in externally and then bring them in. Again, we'll set it to none, but it's there should you need it in the future. And on the bottom, you have your audio settings, and simply you can change the sample rate. Right now it's set to 48, but we can come down here and we could decrease the sample rate if we wanted to, which would make the audio sound less clear, but it can help again when you're trying to render things out. If you're having resource issues, you may want to try to lower this. But again, that is up to you. And there's nothing else on the bottom of this panel. The limited workspace we have here doesn't allow us to see the OK and cancel buttons, but once you're done, you would click OK and your settings would be saved. So that is how you access your project preferences in Adobe After Effects.